Have you ever reached the end of a day and stood there, looking back, and felt like you had nothing to hold on to? Not because you were lazy, but because the hours slipped through your hands like coins falling through a hole in your pocket. That is the silent tragedy of our age. Every morning, we are handed a small purse, 24 coins. Each coin bears a single name, today. If you spend them wisely, life compounds in meaning like interest in a bank. If you spend them carelessly, by nightfall, you stand before an empty account. This is not just a lesson in time management. This is the lesson of the currency of life. The battle is not external. It is an inner dialogue, a soothing voice telling you, later, and another, sharper voice asking, why wait? You know that moment when the phone buzzes and inside your head a small trial begins, one side craving quick pleasure, the other side demanding an investment in the future. That moment defines the rhythm of your life, not because you lack hours, but because you lack meaningful spending. If you want to change your life, you must begin with a simple but unshakable thesis. Time is currency. And just like real currency, every purchase carries an opportunity cost. So let's go deeper, not with dry theory, but with cracks in psychology, small stories, and concrete practices you can apply today. First, the problem of priorities. Modern humans live in an attention economy. Everything screams to buy your time. And so you treat every request the same. Paying for emails, paying for messages, paying for urgent tasks, as if everything were equally worthy. Seneca once wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." That is not just a philosophical critique. It is a mirror showing you how you've spent your coins. Imagine you have an investment portfolio. Every expense must pass through 3 filters: survival, growth, or connection. A good decision is not about rejecting everything, but about selecting long-term profitable investments. The practical method? Each week, write down 3 main priorities, not 10, not 5, just 3. Put them on your calendar and protect them as fiercely as rent. For example, Julia, a designer, chose 3. Mornings for creative writing, a maximum of 3 meetings a week, and evenings reserved for her child. By paying for those 3 goals first, she carved out the space for creativity instead of burning herself out on meaningless demands. Second, the psychological barrier, the tug-of-war between short-term pleasure and long-term benefit. Our digital systems are not innocent. Every notification is a hook pulling you away from your goals. Benjamin Franklin warned us long ago, time is money. And today, the digital marketplaces are more aggressive than ever. They profit from every minute you fail to invest. So the strategy is to build fences, not just rely on willpower. A few practical steps. Turn off non-essential notifications. Use Do Not Disturb during deep work hours. Leave your phone in another room when you need to think. And apply the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it now. If not, write it down and return later. The key is this: habits are not just willpower. Habits are environmental architecture. Change does not always begin with determination. It begins by making the right choice, the easiest one. Third, consistency and the power of behavioral compound interest. A good decision can feel like a small coin, but day after day, small coins grow into a fortune. Peter Drucker said, "Until we can manage time, we can manage nothing else." Time management is foundation management, and if the foundation is neglected, everything else shakes. To build consistency, think in micro-deposits. 20 minutes each morning to write, 30 minutes of exercise each day, 10 pages of reading every night. These are not grand gestures, but after 1 year, 20 minutes each morning is a finished book. 30 minutes each day is a stronger body. 10 pages each night is a well of knowledge. Imagine John, a young father who believed he had no time to study. He started with just 10 minutes each morning. 2 years later, he spoke a new language at a basic level and gained career-expanding skills. The difference was not magic. It was his decision to make steady deposits into the account of his future self. Now let's connect the segments with one applied practice. Start with a time audit. Record 72 hours of your life. Every detail, no judgment. You'll see the withdrawal patterns repeat. Endless meetings, empty content filling free time, a sense of being busy but achieving nothing. Next, allocate. Choose 3 true priorities and schedule them as non-negotiable appointments. Then, automate. Create morning rituals, block apps, use timers for deep work, time boxing or Pomodoro. Don't forget defense. Learn to say no with a polite but firm line. I can't today, but I can on Thursday. And finally, review weekly. Each Sunday, open your imaginary purse, check the balance, ask, what did I invest in? What returns did I see? Here lies the story. When you stay consistent, the interest on your small actions becomes visible. The book gets written, the relationship mends, the health improves. And now we need a clear invitation to act. Imagine holding that small purse tomorrow morning. Inside are 24 fresh, shining coins. What will you do with them? Here's the simple formula you can start today. Audit, track 72 hours. Allocate, choose 3 priorities and schedule them. Automate, build rituals and turn your environment into an ally. Defend, silence the time thieves. And review weekly. Reflect weekly, learn and adjust. Investing your time is not sacrifice. It is the shift from impulse spending to portfolio management. And the greatest portfolio you will ever manage is your own life. Do not let guilt, regret, or procrastination define you. Let each coin be a declaration. You choose to live meaningfully. When you practice this long enough, your life will pay dividends. Not in material wealth, but in depth, in relationships, in the joy of creation fulfilled. You can start right now. Close your eyes for 1 minute. Breathe in. Open them and decide the 3 investments you will make tomorrow. The currency of life is in your hands. Do not squander it. Invest it with intention. Spend it with courage. And when one day you look back at your account, let it be with a smile, able to say, I spent every coin well.